Fort Charles. Strong. No one can stop you. It's really good. That's this weird feelings. Whoa. I feel like never drop. Bigsuper is inside the building. Fort Charles on the ground of Port Royal. Wow. Rise to the occasion, look on yourself and strong. No one can stop you. Yeah, up on the grounds at Fort Charles. Now get a tour. Wow. I'll get a tour and look what I'm going. Oh yeah, this morning. Hello, good morning.
Good morning, I'm coming. Just give me a second, please. I'm coming to tour you.
Alright, no problem. I'll get a tour of the grounds, people. At Fort Charles, so stick and stay. Yeah, I'm on the grounds of Fort Charles and I'm speaking with the tour guy.
I'm Charmaine, and welcome to the fort. So I'm going to tell you a bit about Fort Charles and then we do the walking tour.
Yeah.
This fort was built in 1656. It was first called Fort Cromwell. Then it was renamed Fort Charles in honor of King Charles II in 1660. The fort had 500 soldiers, started with 36 cannons and gradually grew to 104. So all those guns you see on that side, all of them, yes, they're real cannons. The ones you see outside also.
Like what you gonna take me on
a
a tour, you see? You go and burst one of the cannons them for me.
Oh, you want me to burst it on you, then you will die.
No, not on me, but
you will not finish the store.
Not on me, but let me see one of them.
So I'm going to show you and so there are also replicas here, right?
Yeah.
And so you see replicas, those at the top are replicas also.
Oh, those super small cannons?
The ones at the top,
yeah.
The large black ones,
yeah.
Those are replicas also.
Okay.
There are a few more replicas and we have more of the real ones. Even the ones you see inside there.
So those look a small ones.
The ones, small ones would have fired at intruders if they come onto the fort
or
come close by.
Okay.
Alright? So so you notice that the guns are pointing outward.
Right.
In every direction. East, west, north and south. The ones across there are also replicas, but you know you have to beautify the fort, yeah?
Yeah.
Alright, so those are also replicas. So the guns are pointing outwards, right?
Yeah.
It's because the sea was across here.
Oh, the sea come all the way to
the sea was across here. The sea was out front.
Right at the front here.
All around, even behind us, because the fort is built on an island.
Yeah.
And so once you have the island, you must have had the sea, the water, right?
Yeah.
So the earthquake of 1692 changed the formation of Port Royal, where they lost land on the western side and gained land across here. I could say on the eastern side, you know, alright?
Yeah.
So the water has disappeared, but as we gradually go along in the tour, you will learn what happened.
Yeah.
Alright? So this tree is over 200 years old.
This tree here?
Yes, it is locally known as the guango tree, but it is known as the rain tree. It is called the rain tree because it is shaped like an umbrella, right?
Okay.
It is also called the rain tree. When it gets windy, it sounds like the rain is falling.
Oh, can I go and look at the sign on it?
Oh, yes, sir, you can. So the scientific name there is the Alvisa Seaman. Some people say it is salmon tree. All right?
Yeah. So what is holding at the tree?
Oh, because of aging?
Yeah.
You know, piece of it is lost.
Is there a bird living up in there?
No, nothing else has lived up in there as far as I know.
Okay. That's good.
So it is also called 4 o'clock.
The tree?
Because by 4 p.m. the leaves started to close in a little, so it gets dark and you know closing up like the shame old lady.
Okay.
But this one we don't touch this one for it to close up. It closes up by 4 p.m.
Okay.
Right, and start to close up, right? But it is preparing for bed.
Oh.
So it goes to sleep at 6 p.m.
Yeah.
When the limbs will just like that, we just hang its on its head.
Yeah.
All right. So it bear pods that is used to feed the cows, the goats, and other animals.
Yeah.
But you know what a magazine room is?
No.
A one that would have kept gunpowder,
Yeah.
cannonballs,
Yeah.
muskets, that's the tall guns.
Yeah.
Well, the first one was destroyed in the earthquake of 1692. And that earthquake happened on June the 7th of the said year. It was a 7.5 magnitude.
Wow.
All right. So in 1807, that one across there was built.
Whoa.
All right. So you see how it is dark from where we are?
Yeah.
Because I did not want much ventilation to be inside.
Okay.
So that the sunlight could go in and to set off the gunpowder. Alright, so we're going to take our first walk.
Yeah.
And we're going to the magazine room.
So we go to the magazine room, people. And we don't want nothing explode in there, you know.
No man, no man.
You passed that stage, you know.
All inside here now are replicas.
Yeah.
Alright, because the purchase is over 200 years old.
Yeah.
Nothing would have lasted that long. Alright?
So you have a light in here?
No man, we have to keep it just the same. We don't have no lights inside. You have a phone, you want to turn on your phone light?
You have a little light.
Oh, you have a little light, that's good. Alright, so on the left here is where they would have stored or stocked the gunpowders, right?
Okay, yeah.
The square boxes would have held the cannonballs.
Right.
The tall boxes here
Yeah.
would have held the tall guns, the rifles.
Okay.
Alright, so the magazine room is built from red bricks,
Yeah.
limestone, sand,
Yeah.
molasses. Notice? Molasses.
Yeah.
They never had cement back then.
Or you never have cement?
No, not at that time.
I mean notice.
So it is built in this shape,
Yeah.
dome-like shape. That if it was struck, it would not crumble to the ground in pieces. Meaning, you know, they built it much stronger than the one before, and this have withstood a lot of disasters.
Yeah.
All right.
But this stand up even longer than some house are building now.
All right. So the British came, the Union Jack. This is the Union Jack.
Yeah.
So the British came, saw, and conquered, and yes, they did.
Yeah.
All right. So you can.
What is box in this side?
Oh, so these on the side here are gun racks.
Okay.
So they had rifles, right? Some that was found, and they would have placed them here.
Yeah.
So before COVID, you know, we have a pier, right? We have a newly built pier just up the road.
Yeah.
And so before COVID, the ships were coming in droves, you know,
Okay.
3 for the week.
Yeah.
And so the guns would be here on display. Yeah. And we had the police coming through for protection. And so they would have been safe here.
Yeah.
But you know, since COVID, they had to brought them back to the Coast Guard.
Okay.
So they're at the Coast
So these
Guard.
look a cut off bucket.
Oh, it would have, it's just for display, you know.
Okay, I understand.
Yeah.
I mean, notice when you modernize and bring in an hand sanitizer, right?
Well, that time, you know, because you know that time it was
Alright.
because, right?
Thanks for the tour of this. What you call it? The gun
Oh God, the
magazine room.
Yes. Watch your face, right? Watch here.
Yeah.
Walk between here.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to that table on the left. So none of the skulls you see here, they are not real.
Yeah.
No skulls here are real, right?
Yeah.
Yes. Alright.
Just for this display.
Yes, yes. Alright. So now, gun heads back then were for bragging rights.
Yeah.
Alright, skull heads were for bragging rights. Alright, so this here is a map of Port Royal.
Yeah.
It's not on a scale, but you know you can, you'll get the understanding. Alright, so the road that you drove on to come into Port Royal,
Yeah.
it is called the Palisades.
Right.
It did not exist before the earthquake of 1692. There were also no Kingston. So the only way to come in back then was by the sea.
Yeah.
There's a channel there,
Yeah.
and the same one today.
Yeah.
It's the same, right?
Yeah.
So Port Royal was on 51 acres of land before the earthquake.
51
Yes,
acres of land.
Yes. And on the day of the earthquake, 33 acres became liquefied and sunk 35 feet down.
Yeah.
So we don't say that the city was. We say that the city is because it's still across there on the western side, underwater.
Whoa.
Yes. You know, I was told that if you go out there early in the morning when the seas come, you might be able to look down and see the city.
Me understand.
I've not been there, so I'm not privy to that.
Me understand.
All right?
You was told so.
Yes. All right, so at the city, all right, so Fort Walker was across there. Fort James, where the city sunk.
Yeah.
Fort Kylie. Fort Rupert on the left.
Yeah.
Just before you come down into Port Royal. And so you might have seen a white stone wall.
Yeah.
a stone wall on the left coming down. That's where Enna Morgan had his fortress, right?
Okay.
Yes. It is called the Morgan's Wall.
Okay. You don't feel nothing, him leave anything out here. So.
Well, we know he won't leave anything
Or them
purposefully.
Them guys that dig it up and gone with it long time.
Purposefully. Some things might be there, who knows?
Yeah.
Anyways.
Yeah.
Yes. So this is the only surviving fort after the earthquake of 1692, Fort Charles.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
So at the city, there were approximately 6,500 persons across there.
Yeah.
2,500 were slaves. But you notice you're getting rounded numbers, right?
Yeah.
Rounded figures. All right. So at the city, there were also pubs, gambling houses, brothels, synagogues, church. It is, we do more research from time to time.
Yeah.
And now I found out that there was also a cathedral across there.
Okay.
All right. So, Louis Galdy, heard of him?
No.
He was swallowed in the earthquake and spat out.
Wow. Yeah, me hear that story there.
Well,
but me never get a name.
Well, he was Louis Galdy.
Yeah.
All right. He was swallowed in the earthquake and spat out and rescued.
Okay.
They said maybe between half an hour to,
Yeah, me understand.
All right, so, it's speculation.
Yeah.
All right, so, when he was spat out and he was rescued, he lived for 47 years.
Yeah.
And so he built a church up the road. You passed on the left.
Yeah, my
called
party coming down.
St. Peter's Anglican Church.
Yeah.
All right? So when he died naturally. And he was buried at Green Bay,
Okay.
St. Catherine.
Oh, he was buried right here.
Yes. So it is said that the Queen came,
Yeah.
Queen Elizabeth II.
Mm-hmm.
She came in 1953. And she went and visited his gravesite.
Yeah.
She did not like where he was buried.
Yeah.
And so she had his remains removed and placed in his churchyard.
Okay.
So guess what?
Yeah.
Louis Galdy was buried 3 times.
3 times.
Yeah, man.
Oh.
One.
Me know a lady went church 3 times though.
Oh, well, yes.
Three
Person's
different
church
church.
all 2 times, 3 times because some person church in England or America and then come down here to be church again and to be
Yeah.
buried, right? Yes.
But Louis Galdy
Galdy was buried 3 times, but it's just for fun, because he
Yeah.
was buried under the water.
Oh, so them take him out.
And then he was rescued.
Yeah.
And then he lived for 47 years, died and then was buried at Green Bay. And, Queen dug him up and then replaced him in it. So it's 3 times.
It's 3
right?
times.
Yes.
So I'm gone in the history book.
So, the Palisades was formed
Yeah.
when sand and silt
Yeah.
was washed down from Blue Mountain,
Yeah.
Up River,
Yeah.
in the east,
Yeah.
all right, and filtered this area.
Yeah.
So it is not man-made.
Okay.
It is naturally made, right? So there was a tsunami, but back then it was called a tidal wave,
Yeah.
all right? And so the sand and silt,
Yeah.
it was enough to push the sea away.
Wow.
It was a vast amount. So it pushed the sea all the way back behind us.
Yeah.
All right, so how you going to see how far the sea is?
Yeah.
It's when we climb those steps, but we're not ready yet.
Okay.
All right. So Jamaica has the 7th largest natural harbor in the world. Did you know that?
No.
All right, you know it now, right?
Yeah. But me live in our parish where we have a big harbor in a St. Thomas.
St. Thomas?
Yeah.
All right. What's the name of that harbor?
I'll soon tell you, go and talk.
All right, so you're trying to remember?
Yeah. Embarrassed.
I know I was going to put you on the spot, and I deliberately did that. All right, so you have some keys, right? You have some keys here.
Yeah.
All right, and so Sandy Key is now called Main Key.
Yeah.
Main Key is where the yachts go to.
Yeah.
Well, we say yachts, the big man, then we are talking about,
Okay.
All right, and so there is a party boat
Yeah.
that is called a loose cannon.
Yeah.
That also goes there. It's time for loose cannon to really pay us, to do all this advertisement for them, They don't even know that we are doing these things for them,
Yeah,
All right, so you can go. So what I started doing, I said go to IG and you just go look for loose cannon and you see all the details.
Yeah.
All right. So then we have lime key,
Yeah.
the most popular.
That's me take a look on it.
All right.
Lime key.
Yes.
When we go around that side earlier on, me look out at the water and see it.
Yes, you
But
can.
it look like it gets smaller.
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so?
No, I don't hear nobody saying
If really,
it has been reduced.
I've never been over there.
Yeah.
But when I stay up on the shore, it has a kind of...
It looks smaller to you
Maybe the
because
trees
you're
them-
not on it.
Maybe the trees
because
around
you're
it.
not on it.
Is it that the vegetation around it take them and cut away?
Then if it was cut away, then it would be much larger because it have more
But for
space.
some reason when me lose...
So no,
Yeah.
I just believe because you're not on it.
Oh, well, me need
you
to
have
get
never
on it.
been there.
We need to get on it
All right,
then.
so you know you could go on a Sunday, which would be lovely because then more persons will be there and
On a Sunday?
Food. Yes.
Okay.
All right, so you have to bring your water, your food, and your drink.
Me not
And
gonna
none of
stay.
that is provided there.
I'm not going to stay. Just my water I need.
All right. Well, you don't know. You might go there and
People
see
can swim over there?
nice girl and everything. And
People can swim over there?
bring them towel and them bathsuit.
Okay.
And,
They can actually have like a day.
Yes, where people
Fresh-
people have them cook out there and
So,
them party there.
A
and
straight salt water there, no fresh water.
Yes. Salt water. See.
Yeah.
It's in the
Okay.
middle. It's in the sea.
So no,
alright?
no river over there.
No man.
Okay.
All right. So.
Bowden Wharf.
Oh. Okay.
Bowden.
Wow.
Bowden Harbour.
That's the harbour you
Yeah.
have in St. Thomas.
Yeah, Bowden.
All right. So gun key
Yeah.
is behind us. Had a gun once there.
Yeah.
That's right. Gun key.
Yeah.
And so that was for protecting this area. All right. So you have Rackham key, right?
Yeah.
A little piece of it is gone.
That me realize that
By a
the piece come
child.
like
By a child.
Like the whole of Rackham gone.
All right. So.
Yeah.
Well, I'm going to tell you about Rackham.
Yeah.
Rackham was called Calico Jack.
Calico Jack.
Or Jack Sparrow.
Yeah.
That movie Pirates of the Caribbean.
Yeah.
You're not even getting paid for that either. Alright, so I'm just having a little fun here because
No,
you're a
it's nice.
blogger,
It's
right?
nice to have fun.
Alright, so he and his crew was caught in November 1720 in Negril.
Right.
Taken to Spanish Town. They was tried there and they brought here and hung.
Wow.
So it is said that
sound
his
good.
body was taken to this key.
Yeah.
He was placed on the key like this.
Yeah, and you have
Like
Kobe. You have an example.
You know Kobe have been there.
Okay.
And they placed him. And there's a nice hotel at Kobe. There are two nice places there now.
Up on the
but
hill.
I don't hear them talking about those places
Because them are planning to lick it down. It's a long story.
Okay.
It's the highway and everything.
Okay.
I don't know what I'm doing about.
Yeah, I got you.
Yeah.
All right. And so, it is called Rackham Key because
Albionites, up Albionites.
Oh yes. All right. So it was called Rackham Key, right?
Yeah.
And because his body was there and his body was left there to rot.
Yeah.
So you know that it was the entrance to come in. It is the entrance to come in by sea.
Yeah.
And so you know they would have seen him.
Yeah.
And to God be the glory. I know they must have smelt him also.
Yeah.
All right. So there were two women in his crew, but I will tell you more of them. One was Anne Bonny and one was Mary Reid.
Yeah.
So we're going to stick at that for a moment. So right across there, you're looking at the recreation of the toilet.
Okay.
It was called the necessary house or the jack.
Yeah.
Want to have a look?
Yeah, we can take a quick look.
Walk over here.
Yeah. Oh, me I leave, me can get one of these cannons to carry home. I want it as souvenir.
You can manage it?
No, me I get a vehicle come for one.
Oh, me not tell you, say you to get one of these. All right, so.
Me see people have them on them.
Have them in their backyard.
Yeah, I wonder where them get it. I wonder where them get them.
I believe them steal it. But true, nobody now look for them.
Nobody now look for them.
And because the authorities they had back at that time, they couldn't carry to one, nobody not say anything.
Oh.
Alright, so go up the steps.
Okay, and what I signed they said before me?
Alright, so let me tell you about it. Alright, so it was called the necessary house or the jack, right?
Yeah.
Three houses adjoining each other up there.
Come walk up there now.
And so servants would place pails and buckets.
So it is not ladies before gentlemen.
And you know the ladies' first big thing.
Yeah.
You know it was a bad thing and not a good thing. I will tell you about it when you come back. Watch your head.
Whoa.
Alright?
I saw that place is narrow.
So persons were short back then.
Oh, nobody never
I'm
fight.
going to tell you about them.
Okay.
Also. So the house would have pails and buckets in. And when they were taken out, they would be placed below on the ground for the night soil men.
Yeah.
Those men would come, take it away to make fertilizer, so nothing was wasted. And this was the army recycling, right?
Okay, so this was the latrine.
You see behind?
Yeah.
You see that gun?
Yeah.
It's a Prince of Wales line.
Where it is?
Prince of, see that gun straight ahead?
Straight. Oh, that big gun over there?
So the line is the Prince of Wales line. You see the wall?
You see the wall,
And so it travels behind the church.
Okay.
And goes straight to the wall.
Yeah.
Meet up at Anna Morgan's line.
Yeah.
Alright,
so everybody does on different lines.
Yes. Alright, watch your head.
Yeah. Oh.
But all those lines were for protection, you know, watch your head. The wall, yes. They would stay behind the wall. Or a section there.
Yeah.
And they would have guarded themselves.
Yeah.
Yes. Alright. So across here it's called a mess deck. What's called a mess deck?
Mess deck.
The mess deck. So it was where the soldiers ate.
Okay.
It was 6 at a time that took turns, right?
Yeah.
And so, you know, it's not everybody would be at one place eating. Some would be outside on vessels and other places, right? So everybody couldn't be in one place at the same time.
Yeah.
Because they had to be protecting.
You understand?
All right. So my assumption is that it was called a mess deck because the toilet was so close to where they ate.
Anybody would assume that
was close to where they ate, right?
Yeah.
And that's how the name might have come about. But it is now called a mess hall, you know.
Okay,
yes,
and change from deck to hall.
You know, yes.
Okay. It look like that gun fire recently, you know.
No,
that's
a replica.
Can I see a hole in the top of it?
That's a replica.
Yeah, like somebody stuffed something. Like somebody that stuffed something in it.
Alright, so
What that's something here before you go no further, what that's stick here?
It's to propel the gun in the direction. You know how you put it under the gun.
Oh, you want ice it up or you want
lower it, right?
Oh, me understand.
Yes.
Yeah, me can't carry home that lighten up.
Talk to my boss. Alright?
Oh, so one here, one actually underneath it.
Yes.
Yeah.
And so you take the gun in direction.
You know, easily for that gun there, you know. How much person lift one and then gun went to work? 5. Yes. Boy, oh boy. We'll come from a very far away.
Alright.
So come to the gun over there, so then I then gone with it.
Yeah, you were saying? What? What that call me? Divine. Oh yeah, him to carry something from me. Now answer. Try never answer. Try to answer. We're going inside there. The post commander's quarters.
Post commander's quarters.
Yes.
Oh. Post commander's quarters. Bigsuper is inside the building. I'm in the building, people. Wow! So are the general quarters this?
Yeah. Alright, so we're in the post commander's quarters.
The liquor is supposed to hold.
Excuse me for the broken.
No, that's alright. The liquor is supposed to hold.
Alright.
And we can get a shot out of it.
So, I don't know what it is. It could be polished. Alright, so the commander will be living luxuriously back then, right? And these buildings, they are originals.
Yeah,
right?
me see that.
Alright, so
that be the original.
Alright, so the commander would be living luxuriously, and so he could have something to drink that looks like something hard, right?
Yeah, that look more than hard.
Yes.
That looks
well, you know that they drank rum and water here for the first time. You know, rum and water was drunk.
Yeah.
Rum and water is called grog.
Grog.
Grog. Grog.
Grog.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, the bed is low because back then persons were
On the floor.
short.
Oh, them the short.
Yes, man.
So, I want me to get tall and the...
We'll talk. We soon get there. So the commander could have his possession because of his status, you know, and so on, right?
So
the commanders.
I'm bed chunk that hour.
So the commanders could have only what was issued to them.
Oh, you not left nothing back.
Well,
you don't pull and look. It's empty.
Not left nothing.
Yeah, boy, take out everything already.
So the commanders then would only have what was issued to them, like the uniform, the weapons, the map, the broom, the bed linen.
I'm wife that.
Alright?
Yeah.
She must just say to accompany the place.
Oh,
alright,
sweetheart.
So that portrait across there is of Horatio Nelson.
Okay.
So Horatio Nelson walked the grounds of Port Charles, sorry. Well, he must have walked in Port Royal also.
Yeah.
Well, there's a plaque embedded in the wall outside. I will point it out to you.
Yeah.
Yeah? Alright.
Me not cut you. I'm sure this.
So, these shoes were made in the likeness of what soldiers wore back then.
Oh.
There were no left or right.
Oh, there were no left or right.
They were just shoes.
Okay, you just put on
Shoes.
I never know such a shoe.
Remember, soldiers were short.
Yeah, but me never
so
know
it could
such a
not be
shoe.
that size. Well, we are grateful for the change, aren't you?
Yeah, me never know shoes was making a one.
Back then, mass production and so on.
Sure. One to them cracker.
Alright, we soon get there. So, back then,
Yeah.
the commander wouldn't have wanted to use the toilet, you know.
Yeah.
He would have had his own chamber pot.
Yeah.
A jar across here.
Oh.
Because he wouldn't want to go mingle at that toilet with the commoners. You know that already?
So I'm only cut something this?
So these are just for display.
Yeah.
Not necessarily from then. Alright?
Yeah.
So there were no toilet paper back then.
So them use?
No toiletries. So that's how we know. The
bush?
left hand
Oh, left hand.
was used to clean themselves.
Oh.
And that is why universally we do not shake with our left hand.
Oh.
The left hand is scorned by the Muslims, the Hindus, the Africans, even the Asians, because of the purpose it was used for back then.
Yeah.
Alright. And that is why we don't, you know.
I understand.
So because it's inappropriate.
Yeah.
Alright. So we're going to leave from here.
Yeah.
And we're going to go to the next place. Alright, so that is so the Muslims, the Africans, the Hindus, they don't eat or touch their food with the left hand, you know.
Yeah.
Some don't even touch their monies.
Okay.
Alright, so it's because of historical value, you can't do much to the place. That's why we have to just use these things. Can't really attach nothing. You bring down the value. Alright.
So this is when you open the window and let in fresh air.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're going to the next house which is more enlightening. Alright, so watch your steps.
Yeah.
Alright, so this is the quartermaster. And the quartermaster was where the officer slept that did the logistics. Can pull off on it.
Yeah.
Right. So the officer that issued the weapons, the mops, the broom, the bed linens, the uniforms, the rations, they slept inside here. They slept on bunk beds.
Okay.
Alright? But these beds are replicas. Free and enslaved Africans are blacks. They were used to bolster the British Army in the 17th to the 18th centuries. They were called the West India Regiment. So this is a replica of the flag, right?
Yeah.
Number 2, the 2nd Battalion. Alright, so you know the Jamaica Defense Force that we have the army.
Yeah.
It's a spin-off because of the regiment, from the regiment. Because you know they have they kept the musical part, and so they kept the band.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it seems that's how blacks got to be in an army today, you know.
Okay.
So sometimes out of bad comes good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. You know these weren't at the back, you know, they're frontline soldiers.
Yeah.
All right. So slaves, how they had stopped them on the ships,
Yeah.
you know, how they advertised them to be sold.
Yeah.
And you know about Black Friday?
Yeah. Me about it in America.
You know, alright. But you know where it came from, the origin?
Yeah,
So it's when they have excessive amount of slaves.
Okay.
And they call them useless. And that's bad, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. And so they would sold them cheaply on the Friday after Thanksgiving.
Yeah.
But it is a mockery now to having a Black Friday sale.
Yeah, but
It's a mockery to our ancestors, don't
still have it.
I don't think blacks should partake. But
Yeah, they put a different meaning to it, so.
Alright, so alright. So
Yeah. Can you turn the water there?
you want to buy 100 Jamaican dollars?
I want to get that.
No, we have a water.
Okay, no
but I
problem.
can attach something to it.
No problem.
Alright? Alright, so there were two major earthquakes.
Yeah.
One on June the 7th, 1692, the one that sank the city of Port Royal. The second major one was the Great Kingston earthquake that happened on January the 14th, 1907.
Yeah.
It is called the Great Kingston earthquake because most of it was felt in Kingston. Most of the damages happened in Kingston. Alright, so this is Arbor Street and this is King Street. So there was a fire that lasted for 4 days in the earthquake of 1907. Alright, so this is now called the Giddy House, but before it was feeling giddy. It was a Royal Artillery store built in 1888 in honor of their Queen Victoria.
So
it got leaned.
The Giddy House is really an outfit used to
I'm going to tell you what about it.
Okay.
It got leaned at a 16-degree angle in the 1907 earthquake. It was used to store non-explosive items, spare parts, lubricants, cleaning supplies.
Okay.
Alright?
I owe them two people just something.
Well, you know, you could put them out, you might get an answer up
Okay.
there. I was told who the short one was, but I forgot his name. Alright, the water, you're looking, I see you looking. Oh, alright, so, and a map of the West Indies, and all a map of the West Indies, and one of Africa, and Jamaica across here. So, see, this is when Jamaica was fat.
When Jamaica was fat?
Yeah.
They lose weight, you know?
Oh, yes.
Yeah, because Jamaica might not look so again.
Alright.
The earthquake and then something.
Yes. So here was where fell off during the earthquake of 1692.
Right, so.
Right here, yes.
Okay.
And so most of the land has been depleted.
Yeah.
So they have mountains, plantation. Alright, and so some of the names have changed. So back then there were precincts. Notice there were precincts.
So it was the same 14 parish?
Oh well, no, not at that time.
Oh.
So St. George's is now Portland.
Right.
St. Mary is now St. Mary's. Is now St. Mary.
Yeah.
St. Anne's is now St. Anne's, so they drop off the S.
Okay.
Well, St. Elizabeth's was in two parts.
Okay.
Alright? Yes.
So you have the two part name?
Oh, Eliza and Beth.
Okay.
Now it's St. Elizabeth.
Okay, so it was Eliza and Beth.
Yes.
And now it's St. Elizabeth.
Right.
Okay.
Alright, so somebody told me that Westmoreland was because they said there were more land in the West.
Oh.
At that time.
And so, okay.
So two persons came and they were saying that they were teasing each other, and somebody said, your party don't have no name, you know.
Yeah.
Because they were just saying more land in the West.
Okay.
Yes.
So it ended up becoming Westmoreland.
Yes, there were more land in the West, Westmoreland. Alright? So The pirate women I told you about outside.
You know, nobody speak about them.
They were in the crew
Okay.
of Calico Jack or Jack Sparrow, right? John Rackham was his real name. Alright, so Mary Read and Bunny. You ever heard of Anne Bunny?
Never heard.
Alright, so Mary Read, well, those two women, you see that they are revealing themselves.
Yeah.
So they didn't want to be hung with the men when they were at the courthouse, right? They would want to be found guilty.
Yeah.
So they stripped to show that they are women.
Oh.
And they claimed to be pregnant.
Okay.
Because they knew the law of Britain, right? It says not to hang pregnant women and children back then.
Okay.
And so they used that as a means to escape death. And so they were brought here.
Yeah.
They were placed in the brig or the gall. It is now the male restroom on the fort.
Okay.
Alright, so the oldest one, Mary, she died from a fever 5 months after she was placed inside. It is said that she was buried in Spanish Town. I wonder why they took her body to Spanish Town. Who knows? Anyways, Anne Bunny escaped.
Wow.
Right, so this is a portrait of Calico Jack or Jack Sparrow. Alright. Henry Morgan. Henry Morgan was a buccaneer and he was given a license to be a privateer.
Yeah.
And you know, he did some bad things and the monarchy awarded him. And so then he became knighted as the first lieutenant governor of Jamaica.
Henry Morgan.
Alright? Yes. He had to share the wealth that he confiscated.
Yeah.
And share it amongst the monarchy. Alright?
Yeah.
So pirates have their own identities. And that's one to tell you about the most notorious Blackbeard. He was called Edward Teach. This one is Donald Ireland and Henry Every. And that is the famous one, the Jolly Roger. He was Black Samuel Bellamy.
The
ship. The Jolly Rancher you're talking? No.
Okay.
Jolly Rogers. Alright, so this is the one you see on clothing, on pubs, on poison backer, and all of those things. And he was the wealthiest pirate. So this is the back where the Giddy House is located.
Okay.
So here was a train line.
We have a train line around
It was
the Giddy
built in
House?
1888.
So with me
And it got destroyed in the 1907 earthquake.
With a train line going to Kingston?
No. I want to tell you about it. Where it travels to and why it was built. Alright, so we're going out. So we're going to go. So we're going to the top.
Yeah.
When you come around, you can go into the bottom, alright?
Yeah.
Yes, alright. We're going to the top.
Yeah.
And we're going to look across,
Yeah.
east and west. Alright, so watch your step. I have a bad knee.
No, you're alone.
It's Sunday. Alright, so we're going to the top, alright? So I'm gonna tell you something that you didn't know either.
Yeah.
The fort is built like a battleship.
Like a backer ship.
Yes, so at the toilet is the stern.
Yeah.
It's the stern.
Yeah.
Behind the steps.
Yeah.
Alright, so we're on the upper deck and below is the lower deck.
Yeah.
Or the lower gun deck or the Nelson's quarter deck. It is built like a battleship so that those at sea would have seen it and thought it was a ship.
Okay.
And if they had come closer, they would have been surprised it's not. Nobody really came to challenge the fort, right?
Yeah.
Alright, so those guns are replicas at the top and the guns on the flat.
Yeah.
They are the real cannons.
Yeah.
So the sea is across there. Remember I told you that the sea was pushed back.
Yeah. The sea would be right outside.
Closer because the fort is built on an island.
Okay.
Alright. So right across there, the tower.
Yeah.
You see the bow.
Yeah.
So it's of the battleship, right?
Okay.
So the front
Yeah.
and the back and the upper deck and the
Yeah.
lower deck. Alright.
Yeah.
So this is the courtyard.
Okay.
And so on the courtyard, there will be floggings, hangings, games, parades, saluting of the commander when he comes down.
Yeah.
At the steps there
Yeah.
was where the first magazine room was built. My assumption is that those steps couldn't have been there at the earliest. Must have been placed there in the 18th centuries.
Okay.
Alright? All right, so we're going to look across to the harbor. You see that buoy in the center there, that red thing?
Yeah.
It is also called a buoy.
A buoy.
Yes, that's the landmark for the sunken city.
Okay.
Outside there, right?
Oh.
Yeah, that's a protected area. You have to get permission to dive.
Okay.
It's restricted.
Okay.
All right.
So you could have go straight across Portmore.
Where we go across.
You could have walked. No, you could have walked from here.
Maybe it seems so.
Okay.
But then we also goes on the boats and go to Portmore, back road.
Yeah.
Yes. We haven't been there a long time.
Kind of cool.
So, we want to go down. But I'm going to show you that building across there.
Yeah, I see that.
The one in the middle,
yeah,
with the peak at the top,
yeah,
the round top.
Yeah.
It's an old naval hospital.
Old Naval Hospital.
Old naval.
Naval.
Yes.
And not Navy, Naval.
Oh, yes. It was built in 1888.
Yeah.
1818, sorry.
Yeah.
From prefabricated metals
Yeah.
imported from Britain. It is made it is on stilt. See those pole-like thing going down on the side?
Yeah.
Those are called stilts.
Yeah.
So it would sway to the motions of disasters.
Okay.
So it is disaster proof.
Is that another toilet on that side?
Yes.
Okay.
Was.
Latrine.
Was, yeah. So disaster proof, right?
Yeah.
Yes, so we're going down.
Let's take your time.
Alright. So
Yeah.
we're gonna head for the Giddy House now.
Oh. Why
So
not?
see the tree shapes like an umbrella, right?
Yeah. Watch your step.
Yeah. I'm trying to not put any weight on the.
Yeah.
Alright, so.
Tiger balm. Get some tiger balm.
I know I use something on it, because I had to tell because I'm practicing how to walk on it.
Okay.
So some of the wooden structures was destroyed
Yeah.
in the earthquake of 1692, and in 1951 Hurricane Charlie came and the rest was destroyed. So it was refurbished.
Yeah.
It was said for the coming of the Queen, but it was refurbished, and so these beams were imported from Belize, and Belize export teak. They're
What
their
kind
biggest,
of bean? A bullet?
that's their
A bullet?
teak.
Teak.
It's their biggest export.
Okay.
Right? Alright, so you could say the largest export. So,
Yeah.
alright, so they must have a beginning, right?
Yeah.
And so this is right here. You could call here ground zero.
Ground
so this
zero.
is where they stood and drew the maps from to find the points.
Okay.
Alright? So one point here.
Yeah.
And one is just across there at the top of the steps.
Yeah.
When you're going out, you will see it.
Yeah.
And it travels straight ahead.
Yeah.
And it is said
Yeah.
that the end is in yard. That's what I was told.
Okay.
That man that was
The whole story. Yeah.
allegedly.
Yeah.
So I don't have any proof,
Yeah.
but I was told that it travels straight ahead.
I know
and it's
in
right
yard.
there. Alright. So this way to the Giddy House.
Make a map it. This way to the Giddy House.
Watch your heads.
Yeah.
Alright. So the train line starts here. Travel straight ahead. Don't look at that pathway.
Yeah.
It goes around because back then the sea was here. There was no building and trees and so on.
Yeah.
So it travels behind. And when we get up to the top there, I continue about the train line.
Okay.
So we're walking on water, right?
Yeah. So the sea would have be out here.
Yes.
All of this would have be sea.
Yeah, but we're walking on water right now,
Yeah, maybe it is.
I'll tell you about it when we get further along.
Yeah.
Alright, so soldiers were here came here in the 18th century.
Yeah.
And they said that the guns at the fort was useless because they could not fire from here because the sea is gone, right? It was gone. Alright, and so they had to go closer to the shoreline. And so those two structures are in the middle. The one on the left is called the Victoria Battery. It was high above sea level. It had a periscope that they could look out to see what was approaching. Well, you know that nothing came to challenge this fort, right?
Yeah.
Or to challenge the British.
Any Morgan them the scare or the British?
Well, the British itself, it's an army that was here.
Yeah.
And the army, the British.
Any Morgan them did die before the British them took
left?
over? Yeah.
Yeah, man. Before they left? No, he didn't die before they took over. He died. He died though before they left here.
Okay.
All right. Remember, he was working under the orders of the British.
Okay. Okay.
So yes. All right. So the structure was high above sea level, as I said, and a periscope where they could look out to sea to see if anything was coming. The rusted thing you see on the left, it's called a rotator. It could turn at 180-degree angle. All right. Attached to it was a huge gun that's on the right.
Whoa.
So that gun was built in 1883 and brought here. It's a number 14. So once it had 14, it must have had others. All right, we can't walk over to the side because of mosquitoes that are in the grass. All right, so we have to walk to avoid it. All right, so that gun weighs 22 tons. And that's 44,000 pounds.
Whoa.
It could fire 6 miles out to sea. It was operated by 5 soldiers. It is built in the Moncrief hydro pneumatic design. So the gun used steam and a shell. All right, so I built, it's a breech loaded gun. So the water must have been placed in the belly and the missile placed in the mouth. And when the water expand, then the missile will be right. All right, so there was a boiler house here to supply the guns with water. All right, so we're gonna go to the Royal Artillery store, but just before we get there, the water in Port Royal was not fit for consumption, and so the soldiers were giving rum to add to the water. Must have to kill the bacteria, you know. But the soldiers disobeyed, and what they did was stored most of it for fun. All right, and they were punished. And so Admiral Vernon gave orders not to give them the rum anymore, but the rum should be added to the water and then given to the soldiers. Inadvertently, he created cocktail. Cocktail is when you add alcohol to what you're drinking, you know. I believe it could be even Kool-Aid. All right. Well, you're going to walk the sobriety line. You're going to try to walk in a straight line. And there's no straight line in a lean place.
You want me to tell you?
All right.
So what are you writing on the top of this place?
Oh, so Royal Artillery Store. Built in honor of their Queen Victoria in 1888. So I'm gonna hold this and you follow the instruction. So try to walk in a straight line to the pointer there. Go straight ahead. When you get there, you turn around to come back.
Where we are going?
Turn around and come.
I feel giddy. You must have really get inside here.
All right.
No, seriously. It's really giddy. It has this weird feelings. Whoa. I feel like never drop. What a thing. Oh Lord.
All right, you want to go again?
Go again?
Yeah. No man, try again.
Well, we kind of master it now. So you know all that. You know all that thing there.
Turn around now.
You know all that thing there. You know all that. Ooh. So. Bigsuper is inside the building. Yes, we finally make it to the Giddy House, the place where they want to come and show you guys. I hope to come here one day also. You never touch nothing.
Should we go dark? Like
you know, it does save current, but it's still on.
Alright.
So, right here at the Giddy House. That's where we're going it. And it's so lovely.
Well,
and we want to look on that.
I to the battery so I don't end it yet. And they want to see there's a huge gun inside the battery.
Make I take up the plastic because I don't want it on your place.
I'm going to turn it on.
You have tamarind around here, man.
Tamarind. It's tamarind. But you know, Jamaican shorten everything.
Oh Lord, it's a tamarind.
So there was a tunnel leading from inside the battery, that hole there. Going to the right. 4 underground bunkers. All right, so you know it was to escape. Also, they could hid what their possessions. All right, so that's one air vent there. One air vent across there. All right, so we're going this way. So come across to me. So those two structures, those small structures, those are air vents at the battery. In the middle, it's called a parapet. P-A-R-A-P-E-T.
Parapet.
So remember that battery was high above sea level.
So them catch up the house run.
Oh, they reinforced it. All right, so the battery was high above sea level. Right? And so in the middle of the two air vents is a parapet.
Yeah.
So soldiers could be hidden under there.
Yeah.
Waiting for the gun to recoil. That's the gun you looked at first?
Yeah.
Alright, so it was inside.
Yeah.
So when it was fired, it could recoil. And when it came back with smoke.
Yeah.
So air vents were placed there
Yeah.
to prevent the soldiers from stifling.
Okay.
Or from
That's something where you can go down, you know?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, you mean,
Tunnel.
well,
Me not go down in it, you know,
no,
just
I don't
ask.
want to allow it.
No,
But
me
they
not.
could, first, see that was the entrance.
Oh, that's the entrance down there.
That was the entrance. No, you can't do that anymore.
Okay.
Because the battery is gone all the way down.
Oh, it's
All
sink.
right?
It's sink.
Yes.
Okay.
Alright, so it did not sink immediately
Yeah.
during the earthquake. But you know, with time, earth movements and so on,
Yeah.
it gradually comes down.
I understand.
Alright, because co-workers and other persons,
Yeah.
they said they used to play inside.
Boy, you are huge.
They could play inside.
Yeah.
We did not know the danger though.
Yeah.
The detriment.
And that was
Yeah.
that was the whole thing where you said.
It was
turn.
inside and
Yeah.
turn at 180 degrees.
Okay.
So it could not turn onto itself.
Yeah.
So I guess the British made sure that in case they were attacked,
Yeah.
they could have escaped and they wouldn't have to fret that the fort would be gone.
Yeah.
All right, so come this way. Working. What's that? And I don't know what that must. All right. So.
Where's that earthquake place today, you know?
All right. So right there
Yeah.
is the markings of 180 degrees.
Come here, walk around this. Let's walk around.
Right.
Yeah.
I don't know where these stones and things come from.
Them stone, eh?
Yes.
Well-
You see, sometimes person will come in, you don't know.
Yeah.
I don't know what is this. What's happened here? Oh. Right.
Oh, that one is huge though. I saw the next one not so big, same way?
No. This is big. This is a replica of that.
Yeah.
This seems much taller.
Yeah.
All right.
This will have got more
All right,
miles.
so I can turn this on. But
Yeah.
before I do that,
Yeah.
the rings at the back, right,
Yeah.
on the wall, they had chains back then.
Yeah.
So it would have held the gun in place if they did not want the gun to recoil.
Okay.
So the gun the gun back then you'd have to crank it
Yeah.
manually.
Manually.
Right. All right. So now this gun is on hydraulics, and there were no hydraulics back then.
Yeah.
So this gun inside is for fun.
Okay.
All right. So I'm gonna turn it on.
Turn on with the
I don't
gun.
know where these debris come
When you
from.
say turn on, what do you mean?
Turn it on, man, and you're going to lift.
You going to turn on
You're
this?
going to video it, of course.
So this still at work?
Yes, it is working. It's not still working. It's an
Hydraulic.
car.
Okay, me understand. But me never know it could have actually.
Yes, man, it's gonna go up. So it's
Rotted people.
so you mean people is watching right now?
No. But a record.
Oh yeah.
Oh, Lord. Oh. Why do you want to say this is possible? So yeah, maybe you can just fire one cannon to push 6 miles out at sea. And it up on a turntable so it can also turn.
Well, this one can't turn, but the one before could turn at a 180-degree angle.
Okay.
You know that people, you have people now in clean clothes, you know, them kind of people in clean clothes.
Yeah.
I don't think we could take that chance. People
Yeah.
walk into the
Yeah,
gun,
yeah,
you
me know
and
them
say
way
we-
there, me
we-
know them
we-
way there.
And it would be us, they would blame it. They
Yeah.
don't even know it would be us.
You take a 360, lock it back down here.
Oh, yeah. Can I back down now?
Yeah. Well, the tour was well worth it.
Yeah,
Yeah, it was well
all
worth
right,
it.
so we're almost at the end, but
Yeah.
all right, so The water you see across there,
Yeah.
where you purchase the ticket,
Yeah.
it's called the Chocolate Hole.
Yeah.
Alright, so did you know that Jamaica
Yeah.
is not branded as the first to make chocolate milk?
The first to do what?
Make chocolate milk.
Chocolate milk.
Yes.
Okay.
So that area was where the Arwaks or the Taínos used to fish,
Yeah.
hunt turtles and catch birds.
Yeah.
And then the atrocities was meted out to them.
Yeah.
Alright. Well, some of their offsprings are here
Yeah.
in Jamaica.
How many was that part of the Giddy House?
Oh yes, that part is there. Alright, so
Where that part hour?
you know, I don't know what that part was for. I believe they attached. I believe maybe it was attached
Yeah.
there.
Alright, hold the camera, make a walk around that part and come.
Yes, is water inside there? Oh, you're lucky. The water is out.
If anything, you turn it the other way.
Oh,
If anything, you tap the screen and come up.
yeah. Alright.
You see me?
Yeah, I'm seeing you. Hey, you're having fun. Come back.
Hello. Hello. Get it. A rat bat inside there.
Oh.
Yeah. A rat bat.
It might not be a rat bat, it might be a moth.
A mat.
But we call them duppy bats.
Duffy bat.
Is it one of them we call the duppy
You
bat?
can't go in there, go look.
Me ain't going no further.
Yeah, me see him.
Where is he?
Oh,
that's a moth.
A moth.
But we call in Jamaica we say duppy bat.
a duffy bat.
A rat bat you see a rat.
And this is the real thing when I come here for the Giddy House.
Alright.
Yeah.
So you're enjoying yourself in the Giddy House?
Yes.
Alright.
I come pitch a tent tonight one night. Come
So
sleep there.
now, I'm going to walk out the mosquito. So
Yeah.
I'm going to tell you about the Chocolate Hole.
Yeah.
Continue. So, the Spaniards,
Yeah.
they imported the cocoa plants.
Yeah.
Made cocoa powder,
Yeah.
chocolate powder and all of those stuff.
Yeah.
Alright, watch your steps.
Put your hand behind.
Oh, thank you.
Yeah.
Alright, so, yes, there was a visitor, an Irish visitor,
Yeah.
called Hans, H-A-N-S,
Yeah.
Sloane, S-L-O-A-N-E.
Yeah.
I do my research, you know,
Okay.
because I was on Facebook,
Yeah.
and the notification came
Yeah.
that Jamaica is now branded
Yeah.
as the first to make chocolate milk.
Yeah.
So I do my little
So
research.
the first to make chocolate milk.
Yes.
Wow.
So I
Hey,
did
a whole heap of record they set, you know, Pelico
Yes.
Island, you know.
Yeah, so I did my research.
Yeah.
And then his name came up.
Yeah.
And Sloane.
Yeah.
It is said that they offered him the chocolate water.
Yeah.
He did not like the taste of it.
Right.
And so, you know, he had milk.
Yeah.
And had milk until he get it right.
Yeah.
And I'm grateful for that.
Real.
Right. And so because it happened here,
Yeah.
we got branded.
Okay.
Alright. Well, Jamaica was the first in the Western Hemisphere to have a railroad.
Yeah.
To have electricity,
Yeah.
to have telephones,
Yeah.
to have tap water,
Yeah.
and
So we blessed, man.
stoplight,
Fastest man on earth.
stoplight,
Yeah. Stoplight also.
and even a car. I was told
So we first.
before. A little friend,
Yeah.
don't call him name.
All right.
All right. Oh, a big friend.
Yeah. Me understand.
Yeah.
So we set a lot of record for a small island. Reggae music.
Right.
Fastest runner.
Yeah.
Bob
I wanna
Marley.
tell something.
We have swimmer one at a time.
Yes.
And all these things.
Yeah, we have a whole lot.
We are very,
Attached
very
to our name.
talented.
Yes.
All we need now,
It's for crime to go down.
and we need good leaders.
You know, if they just would understand,
Yeah.
if we never had no crime, they would have money. The same
Yes.
people them will fight for money.
Yeah, we'll
And
have,
I
we'll
keep
have
the
so
money.
much
We'll have
in
so much, but
abundance.
that money they on our ground and we don't want.
Yeah.
But they don't understand.
Yeah.
Alright?
All right.
Because tourists will be coming in by the droves.
Tell you, watch your head.
Yes. Well, you have just become the tour guide.
Me have just become the tour guide.
Yes.
Wow.
Alright, so
So, maybe basically cover everything.
may I show you cannonball?
Cannonball.
Yeah.
What is
There's
that?
one across there, one of the balls that are going to the gun.
Oh,
you know,
okay.
carry home the gun again.
No,
So
remember,
one back,
me just see
put
one
in
look up bat. We lift it up.
Yeah, and the bat you want.
You can't light.
Uh-huh.
I'm not gonna maybe go on.
And when I lose my work, what happens? Alright, so that's a cannonball right there.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
So I'm going to show you one that was since it was fired.
Yeah.
Alright. So Oh, let me see the ball that I see inside.
Yeah, no worry, but no worry yourself. So some other people come there, some other guests.
Oh, so there are persons. There are another tour guide that is here.
Yeah. How much tour guides do you have in total?
Today is just 2 because 2 is off today.
Yeah.
And 2 on vacation.
So normally you have 4.
4 and 5.
Okay.
Yeah. All right.
Yeah.
So come across here. 2 women I told you about.
Yeah.
The woman parrot. See one of the bullets here?
Yeah.
But this would be called a bullet.
Yeah.
It's a cannonball, right?
Yeah.
Yes.
So then push it down in the nozzle.
Yeah.
And light it.
And then they light the wick here.
Yeah.
But they have things here to set the explosion.
Okay.
Yes. All right. So this is about the big man, the pirate.
Okay.
So yeah.
Calico Jack.
Yes.
Well, you do a good job.
This one about Nelson.
Okay.
Alright, so you're going to go into you're going to go down inside there.
We're down in here.
Yes.
Down in there so hot, you know.
Take a look into the barracks where they slept.
Yeah.
Back then, and the jail. And then we're done.
Okay.
Alright. And you see, I encourage you to take the tour and you don't regret it.
No, I don't regret it.
Alright.
And so God, me just want to go to the Giddy House.
That's in your mind. That's
Yeah.
what was embedded in your mind.
Yeah.
The Giddy House.
But I have this thing about the Giddy House. I've been to it when I was a child.
Yes.
I have never been back there before.
Yes.
So I say I want to go back.
Yeah, but there's a tour here. You know, understand? Yeah. And that is why I enforce you to take the whole tour. Alright. So now we're going to look in the barracks. We're going to look into the toilet. This is not the male restroom, you know. But it was the jail, the brick or the guard.
Okay.
So the 2 pirate women are inside here.
So right in here the
See
place.
the cars, you mount them.
Okay.
Alright?
So it's a brick.
Brick.
B-R-I-G. Brick.
Brick or gall.
Okay.
Alright? That's pronounced jail.
Jail.
Yes.
Okay.
Gall, jail. Alright, so the barracks would be where they slept.
Okay.
So as you see, the barracks is a small space.
Yeah.
Now look at the roofing. See
Wow.
how low it is?
Yeah.
Persons were short, right?
Yeah.
And so this is how these beds are replicas, but this is how they were set up.
Yeah.
Alright? Yes.
Wow.
And
Really?
that's the plaque tell you about the stuff that would be in here.
Yeah.
And all of that. So these tables in the middle were called forms.
Farms.
Yes. See the table in the middle here?
Can't believe.
Called forms.
Farms.
Yes. And the setup of rum and water.
Oh, you can beat the kettle drum there.
They try, I'm not supposed to even touch it. So.
Sure, that's alright, understandable. So my viewers and sub, it's a wonderful, wonderful day. So my viewers and sub, we are exiting the building, we're exiting the building. Exiting the building. It's a nice look out, don't it? Thank you.